Good morning again to examiner and fellow candidates. I am candidate A. I am Srina Saka. Today we proceed to next task, task B. Okay. Um, I'm agree with candidates B opinions that choose volunteer holidays is a is the best way of showing a responsible traveler because um, it can facilitate an exchange of skills between travelers and communities, and it can aid the less fortunate in society to access education, healthcare, and other basic necessities. The subjects of responsible tourism has not been introduced as a barrier to deter people from traveling. Quite the opposite, it is a helpful consideration for people to have in mind when they are dealing on their next adventure abroad. Um, how about you, candidates B?
Thank you, candidate A. Good afternoon to the examiners and my fellow candidates. I agree with candidate A's point, which is environmentally friendly transport is the best way of showing that one is a responsible traveler. This is because, beside of reducing the air pollution by share the load, it is also save money. Next, by choosing environmentally friendly transport, we can discipline ourselves but to be able learn to be on time. Thank you. How about you, candidate C?
I'm agree with candidates A that sharing a transport is best responsible traveler so that we can introduce to a tourist about transport in Malaysia, like example LRT, taxi, and many transportation. That's all for me. So the conclusion is, in conclusion, candidates A agree with candidates B point, which is volunteer holiday is the best way of showing that one is responsible traveler, while candidates B and C agree with candidates A point, which is environmentally friendly transport is the best way of showing that one is responsible traveler. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Good afternoon to examiner and fellow candidates. I am Serena Saka, candidate A. Today, our task given is tourism is a booming industry in our country. As a responsible traveler, I feel strongly that I should opt for environmentally friendly transport. Firstly, opt for environmentally friendly transport is the best way of showing a responsible traveler because we can share the load. By taking public transport is the one of the best thing you can do for the environment when traveling. It means you are not creating any additional carbon emission from private transport. It will also add you to your travel experience, providing you with opportunity to interact with locals. Secondly, opt for environmentally friendly transport is the best way of showing a responsible traveler. By opt for a direct flight, more expensive but cleaner. When flying is only option to travel, choose the most direct flight to your destination. Indeed, carbon emissions are much higher at takeoff and landings. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate A. Good afternoon to my examiners and my fellow candidates. My name is Stephanie Valerie. Um, Today I'm gonna talk about why am I choosing volunteer holidays. My first point is I can complement my career with new skills. I can learn valuable skills that could help me in my chosen career. Besides, I can use volunteers vacation as opportunities to develop my existing skills. For example, doctors and nurses can use the skill knowledge to assist on medical projects, and teachers are able to make a positive impact on teaching English in underprivileged schools. My second point is I can experience an authentic cultural exchange. I could get to see the real way of life in community that I'm visiting. For example, eat where the locals eat, shop where the locals shop, and so on. Thank you. That's all from me.
Thank you, candidate B. I'm candidate C. As a responsible traveler, hire a local guide on your trip. The best way for you to learn more about the culture, people, and hiking, biking, or sailing sport. Firstly, hiring a local guide is also a good way for you to be a responsible traveler, as you will be supporting the local economy. Secondly, while it is okay to lounge by the pool during your trip, a responsible traveler does more seeking and experience of the local culture. Thirdly, you can do this by hiring a local guide, as mentioned before, or joining a local tour. Broaden your travel experience and increase your knowledge by visiting museums, local markets, restaurants, meeting the locals and others. By seeking a deep cultural experience, you are not just enriching your experience but also transforming yourself into a global citizen. So, for the conclusion, we all have a responsible traveler. And that's it for me. Thank you.